Hi, I'm Tim from Elma Wine and Liquor. Today we are talking rosé. Rosé is a pink wine that has been notoriously mixed up with some blush wines in that category, White Zinfandels, White Merlots, that tend to be very sweet and light-bodied and really kind of instrumental in changing the wine landscape in the United States from the late 70s, early 80s on till today. But trying to get over that mindset of calling those types of wines rosé versus a more traditional rosé has been a struggle for some people. And then even within rosé, there are a bunch of different styles, different flavor profiles, depending on the winemaker and the region of the world that they come from. So today we're going to go through 5 different rosés and what their terroir and their place of origin and their winemaking style say about them, so that even if you've never had a rosé that you particularly enjoyed, maybe after watching this video, one of these will stand out to you and you can try one of those. Or if you're entrenched in one type of rosé from one particular region of the world, maybe you'll be exposed to something else that sounds interesting. So to start off, we're going to go to kind of a traditional rosé in the sense of this is where a lot of people say rosé was started, Provence, France, coastal area. This is called The Beach from Whispering Angel. Whispering Angel is a pretty well-known rosé brand out there. This is another of their products. Provence styles tend to be light, a little bit citrusy, very elegant. They've got a lot of different flavor profile, like layers of flavors going on. Sometimes they'll have a little bit of floral notes. Sometimes they'll have a little bit of salinity, but just very light, very elegant, citrusy, little touch of ripe berries in them as well. But overall, just like I said, that word elegant just keeps coming up. Just very layered, very sophisticated wines, but great for a nice hot summer day, slightly chilled. Moving on, as you can probably see from this color compared to the other rosés here, this is a much darker, heavier bodied rosé from the Tavel region of France. So the Tavel region makes their rosés much darker, much heavier. So if you are more of a red wine drinker, Pinot Noir drinker, or Gamay, Beaujolais type wine drinker, this might be a good transition for you into other rosés. It is still going to be a little bit lighter, but it's going to have some nice ripe red berries to it. It's going to have a little bit more structure, a little bit fuller bodied than a lot of other rosés out there. Kind of, like I said, more of that transition wine from a red wine drinker getting into a rosé. So that is a Tavel. And you will find some other darker, heavier rosés from other parts of the world as well, but Tavels will almost always have this dark consistency to them, a little bit heavier profile. Next up, off to California. Rosés have taken off in California over the last decade or so. A lot of winemakers had been making them for decades, and that's actually how White Zinfandel came about. It was an accident that Sutter Home was trying to play around with Zinfandel grapes and created it by accident. But a lot of winemakers never really sold them publicly. They had them in their tasting rooms. It was kind of a private offering, very small quantities. Over the last decade, that has changed. They're marketing these. They're making much higher volumes of them. This is from Paso Robles area of California, which is known for its very fruity wines, and this rosé is no exception. It's going to be very juicy. It's going to be very rich, fruity, kind of fuller bodied than a Provence style, but not quite as full bodied as a Tavel. You can see here the color is much more closely associated with the Provence style, but it will have more fruit extraction. It will have richer, brighter fruit to it than a Provence style. Next up, we're going to New York State, which is where we are. New York is traditionally been known for a lot of sweeter wines, and that's what this rosé is. It even has it in the name, Sweetwater Rosé from Bully Hill Winery. Great winery in the Finger Lakes region. They are known for their fun artistic labels and their sweet wines. Now, at the beginning of the video, I talked about how we're trying to dispel the myth that rosé is a sweet wine. These are all dry wines. Rosé tends to be a drier style wine. What the New York State rosés tend to do is leave them sweet. They ferment them in a style where there's a lot more residual sugar in there, so it is a sweet, fun wine. You can see it's a little bit thicker. It'll be have more viscosity because of that sugar. Not necessarily for your very serious rosé wine connoisseur, but a great fun wine for a hot summer day. Switch it up, have something a little bit different, satisfy that sweet tooth at the same time. Lastly, we are going to a sparkling rosé. And this is a sparkling Prosecco rosé. So Prosecco has been all the rage for a while now. It's a good champagne alternative made from Glera grapes in Italy. Tends to have a little bit more sweetness than traditional champagne. And a few years ago, they officially started making Rosé Prosecco Rosé. This product from Bria is a light, effervescent, has some of the characteristics of a Provence, maybe a little bit more berry notes to it, a little bit less citrus. And because of that little sweetness in the Prosecco, it tends to be a little bit easier drinking. The bubbles make it lively and fun for something a little bit different, but it is still going to have it's slightly acidic, crisp finish on it. So it goes great with food, goes great for sipping on, with appetizers or just on a hot summer day. Or it's a great alternative for celebrations if somebody doesn't like a traditional champagne or traditional Prosecco. It adds another level of flavor that isn't there in those other sparkling wines. So that's our 5 rosés for today. We went through the Provence style, a more traditional, dry, Tavel, which is a richer, darker, heavier rosé. Our California rosé, which is brighter, fruitier, has a little bit more richness to it. A sweet New York rosé, and our sparkling rosé from Italy. I'd love to know what style rosé you enjoy, or whether you've tried any of these and what you thought of them. Please drop a comment below, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers. If you liked this video, you are going to love this one. Please click and watch now. And if you're not subscribed yet, please take a second and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell so you know when we drop our latest videos. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate your time. Cheers.